Hello, Gold Institute for International Strategy. My name is Newzad Brifki, and I am honored to be here with you and Mr. Kurd. My background goes back from being born in 1984 from Kurdistan region of Iraq. My family and I becoming victims of Saddam Hussein's Anfal campaign, as known as the Kurdish genocide, then becoming a refugee when I was only 3 years old, going to Turkey and being under horrible conditions for about 4 years. After 4 years, my family were one of the few lucky ones who got a refugee resettlement status in the United States of America. We came to Ellis Island in 1992. There, we were sponsored by a family, two Lutheran families from Fargo, North Dakota, and I grew up there facing a different country, with learning the English language, assimilating into the American culture. It was really a struggle because I had lost my father during the genocide, the fight with the Iraqi Ba'ath government, and being one of the six siblings of a single widowed mother raising us in the United States was very difficult. Growing up, I faced many challenges and poverty, and people would always ask me, "Where are you from?" I did not know how to respond because every time I looked into the map, there was no Kurdistan. I was so sad. I didn't know how to respond to them. Then I saw my people, I saw my culture, how rich it was, how these people, how my people have been through so much, and they had so much pride, so much rich culture, always celebrating their identity, always speaking their language, always telling people who they are. And as I got older and older, I felt that. I felt the patriotic in me of the Kurdish struggle. Therefore, having the advantage of growing up in the United States and getting into education, uh, I decided, that I needed to do something. I needed to pay it forward to my community in the Kurdistan, in all the four parts, how I can educate the greater community about my people, who I am, my story. I wrote a book. My first book, it's called Kurdish Community. It's called My Journey to America, which talks about my family's immigration to the United States, becoming refugees, and thanking the United States for everything that I had and I took advantage of. Despite, yes, there were some difficulties, there were some setbacks, but I didn't give up. I took advantage of every opportunity. And finally, my second book that I recently that I wrote, and it's been out for about a week now. It's about the Peshmerga. It's a love story. It's a young gentleman. He's from the Kurdistan region of Iraq. His father encourages him to get an education and continue his studies, but he sees his people in desperate need. He sees his people being treated poorly by the Ba'ath army, the Iraqi army. So he says, "Father, I cannot handle this anymore. I am tired of going to school and learning the Arabic language. I want to speak my language. I want my identity to be recognized." So he takes up arms and becomes a Peshmerga when he's only 14 years old. And it's a beautiful story. It's a love story. It's a struggle. He goes through difficult times, seeing war, and becoming a refugee again, immigrating to the United States, and going back and paying it forward, working with the United States military as a linguist during Operation Iraqi Freedom. I want to thank you all again for giving me this opportunity to tell my story about myself and my people. I encourage all of you to check out my book, My Journey to America. It's on Amazon, or War Can't Stop Love, the story of two lovers journeying conflict. Thank you again, and I appreciate Mr. Kurd for hosting me today. and doing this interview. And I want to thank all of you again, and God bless you. And please keep our relationship strong. Keep the Kurdish people in your hearts, in your prayers, and wish us a country one day in the future. With your support, we can make it happen. Thank you.